Okay, fine. Okay, here we go. How's it go? We've had some fun. Yes, we've had our ups and downs. Been down that rocky road. But here we are still around. We thought about someone else, but neither one took the bait. We thought about breaking up, but now we know we're much too late. Yes, it's true.
Yes, it's true.
I'm happy to be rambling with you. Yes, it's true.
Yes, it's true.
I am happy to ramble with you, 'cause I can see that you're happy to be rambling with me.
Nice job.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's
Hey,
not
Jack, that was your best one yet. That was your best one yet, Jack.
Well, thank you. I worked hard on it.
Hey,
Can I just say something? Is it just me, or since Matt left to take his hiatus, the songs have been getting worse?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Like I said, wrote it out. Didn't practice it one time.
I'm just giving you a hard time. Jesus Christ, man. God, some people are so fucking sensitive. Well, the Ramblecast is back after
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It's been like 3 or 4 for me because I wasn't here for the 4th of July week.
Yeah, people were happy. I mean,
3
people
for you.
were sad that you were gone. I mean, just
Fuck you guys. Weren't happy.
Yeah, 3 for Chris, 2 for me, and Jack did the special throwback Ramblecast with Jay. So
That's right.
and no break for me.
you had one.
Except for last week.
You had 1 week off, but that was really not really a break. It was more.
That was work.
That was a forced labor camp.
I felt I was in a Russian gulag. You know, I was coming back with a cough.
Oh boy.
Did you guys get the reference?
Yes. Stranger
Okay.
Things.
Okay. No.
No?
Russian gulag with a cough.
Nope.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Wow.
God.
That's a deep dive, Jack.
That's a deep cut right there.
Yeah.
That's a deep cut.
It was just on 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I did knock them all out like in the last couple of days.
So I'm no longer spoiling you.
Yeah. I got through the Old Man. I got through All Mankind and Only Murders in the Building in the last 3 days. Like every episode that I hadn't watched the last 2-3 weeks. So like,
Well, it's funny because
Nice.
we're at Comic-Con. I'm talking about it, and I assumed Nick was caught up. He was 2 episodes behind, so I spoiled him. Nothing major, right, Nick?
I didn't spoil me. Yeah, nothing major.
So yeah,
Because basically, Chris, the last thing I saw was them landing on Mars and them coming down the ramp, and
the little
so they
fight ensues.
so Jack's talking about the next episode, and I'm starting going,
Got
what the fuck you talking about?
Got
Like,
it.
I've
He
been
goes, you
gone.
think they'd find out? I go, they did. What? I go, Larry Tripp.
Yeah, and I'm like, what?
Linda
What?
Tripp. He's like, what? I go, not Linda Tripp, but Larry Tripp.
And I have no idea what he's talking about. And then I think he finally caught on when I'm like, the one element of the show that has not come to fruition yet. I was like, the president and the first gentleman. I was like, they're both gay, and like nothing has ever come to head about it. And Jack's like, oh, you haven't watched it? I'm like, oh. And then sure enough,
I go,
the next
are you
episode, I'm like,
behind?
oh, there it is. Yeah.
I said, oh my God, I feel so bad because Chris told me you were caught up. So, anyway,
Oh, you're throwing Chris under the bus, huh? Okay.
I'm
I haven't
pretty sure-
talked to you in 3 weeks, Jack.
I think you sent me a text. It's a good thing that Nick is caught up. Talked to him about everything at Comic-Con.
Yeah. Green light. Yeah, man, the show is great. I gotta say, like I've yet to be disappointed by it.
Is Sherry in the chat? Because Sherry's been struggling to. She said last time Jay and I recorded, she's struggling to get attached to this show.
Oh, really?
And Jay asked me, he goes, what was the walkabout moment? I go, well, I started 3 years ago, so I can't really. I go, but once I got, I said, okay, I'm a commit to watching it. I hate being caught up. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because now I got to wait a week for it. Yeah. I'm like, come on.
I got to tell you, I've yet to be disappointed by the show.
No,
I mean,
no.
I think one of the only disappointing things of the show actually made the show great was how, Gordo. Everyone loves Gordo.
Right.
My favorite character.
And I think that, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched season 2 of For All Mankind, please move forward the next 30 seconds. But I even, I got my buddy Dave to watch the show too, and he was pissed about it. And he was like, I can't believe they killed off Gordo.
Right.
I was like, I know. Gordo was a great character. He actually gained weight for that role for the second season.
Oh, did he?
Just because he wanted to. Yeah.
It wasn't a fat suit. He actually gained the weight for that character.
Because I remember when season 2 started, he's doing some kind of
public speaking
thing, and I go, well, who the hell is that?
Right.
I go, oh crap! I go, it must be some kind of fat suit or something like that.
No, it wasn't. That was him.
So did they film it out of order? Because at the end he's in pretty good shape, or did he just get himself back in shape?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
You never know about those. It's like the guy that was in at the bit. He's in. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but he had that bit role in Lost and or something like that. But,
yeah.
It's like I forget what season it is of It's Always Sunny, but he just basically went to Charlie Day. It was like, hey, I'm gonna gain 40 pounds, and he's like, why? He's like, I don't know, I just want to. I'm like, okay. And so the first episode you see, he's just like this orca fat guy, and they're like, what the hell happened to you? And it's like, and he just did it because he wanted to. And then by the end of the season, he's
Rob McElhenney.
Yeah, Rob McElhenney. Yeah,
dude, he's ripped.
He's always ripped, but in that one season, he's fat because he wanted to be. Yeah.
Anywho, so For All Mankind has yet to disappoint me. It's just been a really great show.
I would have volunteered to tape Tracy. I'm just saying.
Me too.
Yeah. Just saying.
I interviewed Tracy.
That's right, you did. It was I've not been disappointed. Yeah. I think it's a fantastic. I tell everybody I know. I said if you haven't, I said it at the panel. I think it's a fantastic show. I
was pleasantly surprised where they have gone with Gordo's sons this season, because I really thought at the beginning of this season they were going to have the typical they'll have a fight in space, and he'll tell him, and then they'll be mad at each other, nothing. But the way they went with it, I was like, holy shit, this is full on meltdown,
Yeah. And, the last thing you want to have is someone with a temper like that or a problem like he has in space, and not to mention in space, but on Mars, millions of miles away. That actor's doing a phenomenal job of being kind of like that freaky, almost like Stephen King murderer.
He does look like he's high too.
Yeah. Kind of like Nick right now.
Yeah, like Nick right now.
Oh, there he goes. He's back.
I guess. Sorry. Yeah, I'm back.
So
just hold on, Jack. One second. So I actually got to sit on the panel this year at Comic-Con.
Oh,
I sent you guys a picture of it. Yeah, and that was because you said about his son. That's the one thing that was funny that I'm forgetting the actors' names or the characters' names, but Ed's. They were talking about the scripts, and he goes, every season it's like, who's carrying the weight of the show this year? And he goes, sure enough, I'm reading season 3, and the kid who's playing, the oldest of Gordo's, I never remember his name, but
Danny.
Yeah, he's like, Danny had a very bit role, in season 2, and and all of a sudden he's like, I'm reading season 3, and I'm like, fuck. I was like, and he says the actor's name, but Danny's like, if you screw this up, it's like the whole season. You have to bring it,
He's like Danny's getting a raise.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, I heard through reading online or whatever that and I think from your text that they've already greenlit season 4.
Yep.
Right, and the plan is hopefully 7 seasons total.
Yeah, 7 seasons. That threw me off because I was thinking 5. Just because of the way that they are progressed with the decades in this show. And what they said is that they're hoping for 7, and they want to just bring it up to present day, and then that's the end of the show. and these alternate timelines. And then, of course, the next question that came from the fans was, aren't any of you worried about being aged out of the show because you're all supposed to be in your 50s now, roughly.
Right.
And, the next season season 4 will take place in the 2000s. So it's like you guys are too old now to start going into space. So it's going to be kind of a boring show if you're all just at NASA headquarters,
Right.
And
well, that's why they got to start. They've introduced some new characters, and with different stuff going on. I think Kelly's going to get pregnant. She's going to have the first baby on Mars.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean that's going to happen. I don't know if her.
She doesn't even know her name.
Yeah, I know, but
there's going to be a battle as to whether or not it's a Russian citizen or a U.S. citizen.
Right,
but was he one of the ones that got? Was he the one that got hurt?
No,
there was a Russian soldier, a Russian cosmonaut that.
Right, they got.
At the end, perhaps.
Doesn't make it back, and we don't know who it is.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see who makes it. Like from that huge,
Right.
Well, there's your 30 seconds that we talked about.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, right, yeah.
So what else? So I started watching in anticipation of the not reboot, but like the continuation of, I should say, Quantum Leap.
Oh yeah.
So I bought like the first season on iTunes because it was like $15 or whatever, and then I was gonna buy the remaining seasons, but they're like $30 a season. And I was like,
wow. It's not on Hulu or Netflix?
No, it's not. So I bought the DVD Blu-ray set.
Nice.
For $20 on eBay. So the only downside
that's like one of Matt's favorite shows.
I've loved this show growing up, and knowing that this is coming out in September, they're continuing the story. I wanted to make sure.
What network?
I forgot what it is, but I wanted to make sure I was caught up with the lore of the storylines. It's been 25 years since I've seen it. But I'm finishing, I should say, season 1. And man, some of the content of this show just blows me away. Even 25 years later of thinking of how they approach some of these storytelling. It's actually really great.
I've only ever watched like 3 or 4 episodes this season, just because
it's really good. Like, I mean,
I always enjoyed it, but it was like, okay, I'm like 3 months behind. I don't know what's going on.
I jumped in. I thought I was watching like one of the first episodes, and I wasn't. I think it was like season 3. I jumped in and I was watching one where he jumps into Lee Harvey Oswald's body. Right. And it's actually really cool because he jumps back and forth in the same timeline between Lee Harvey Oswald and some of the people who's in the army he's with, and kind of tells a story about him going to Russia and all this crazy shit.
Went to Russia?
It was really cool how they did it, man. I gotta give it credit. It's a good show. So I'm going to try and do my best to catch up on these. The only problem is I have them all on Blu-ray. They're not on digital format. So I'm not going to deal with trying to rip these Blu-rays, but I'll just I'll have to watch them at home.
Yeah, I think.
I
think they're going to start the young Indiana Jones series as well. Damn it!
You say it again.
Yeah. So I think just speaking of getting the old media, I remember when I worked at Best Buy, they finally had put out the Young Chronicles of Indiana Jones on Blu-ray or DVD back in
River Phoenix.
Yeah, with River Phoenix. But back. Well, you think he did and they wanted, I think, like $70 or $80 a season, and I was like, that's insane. And I think that Disney is now, I think, going to put them back up on Disney Plus. Hopefully.
I never watched that. I don't think.
Was that what's his name from Lost? Who directed that?
Matt Tree says it's going to be on NBC.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. NBC. I saw that. That's good. Good to know. That means I can watch it as opposed to like Peacock or some bullshit. Yeah. But didn't Carlton Hughes have something to do with that show?
Maybe a son.
Carlton Hughes. Carlton Hughes. I thought perhaps he would directed it. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but oh well. I'm thinking of The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. That was Briscoe County.
I've never seen that. I want to see it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, sorry. That was early 90s.
Tragic.
Oh, but he did Jack Ryan. That's interesting.
Oh, the new one?
Yeah, back in 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
Is that show not on anymore? Did they just do the 1-2 seasons and that's it?
I don't know.
What else could he say? What else could he save?
Fair. And he did the Lock and Key show running. He was a showrunner for Lock and Key, which is good. Interesting.
I'm sure there'll be another Ryan.
Yeah. So I've got that going, and I'm also just finished season 1, and I just finished episode 2 of season 2 of Peaky Blinders.
Oh,
Peaky Blinders!
Loving it, dude.
Great
that
show
is awesome. So I just saw Cillian Murphy's he's a phenomenal actor. I love
actor.
Outstanding.
And the Englishman who plays his brother, who plays Arthur, is also fucking great.
You know what? I looked it up. He's younger than Colin.
Cillian Murphy?
Cillian,
Oh, really?
Yeah, Cillian. Yeah, he's young. I believe he's younger, but really towards the end, I mean, he looks a lot older.
He's so skinny.
So
he's just
careful. I haven't seen it yet.
It's not a spoiler. He just looks old, man.
Yeah, the episode I just watched, what's his name? Shelby Thomas got his beaten within inches of his life, and then the Jurassic Park guy comes over and says, "I love you. I own you." It's like, oh, cool. This is gonna be a good season.
Matt Tree says Jack Ryan is going to end after the 4th season.
Okay.
Oh.
Ryan, come over here, have a drink with me.
Yeah, Matt Tree says one of the upsides to the death of physical media is that you can get it dirt cheap. That's a good call. I was anticipating having to pay a good chunk of change for this, but when I saw it was only 20. I mean, I paid like $10 shipping, but so $30 all in. Like that's unheard of for like 5 seasons worth of a TV show. So it worked out for me. But
I'm gonna get through the rest of that and then
get ready for the launch of the new show.
Outstanding. You know what? I'll give the new show a try just because. Yeah. I'm sure you can just jump right into it. I'm sure I can just leap right into it. Shouldn't be a problem.
There you
go.
What's his name? Dean Stockwell's character, Al.
Wouldn't fly today. It just
he's not around.
That's true, but the content of his character wouldn't fly in today's TV show.
Okay, gotcha. Got you.
Very misogynistic and perverted and sexually driven as a 60-something-year-old male.
Well, it was the 90s. Came out late 80s, 90s.
It started in 89, ended in 92-3, I think.
You go back and watch any show from that era.
Sure. Oh yeah, absolutely. Sam Malone. Check.
Well, yeah, Sam Malone. TV from day one has been that way for
Right.
You watch some of the old westerns. They're slapping women like it's no big deal. Get out of here, And you're like going, and now you watch and go, that's could we edit that out? That's a little rough, but that's the way it was. Of course, Deadwood does it, but it's. I guess maybe I should stop complaining.
Yeah, that's my roundup for TV.
So,
the reboot. Damn it! Sorry, I froze up again. Yeah, other panels I sat in on were the reboot of National Treasure for that show.
Oh, really? Not starring Nick Cage.
Not starring Nick Cage. That's what was funny is that they only showed like a kind of a teaser clip and then talked for a few minutes, and the rest of it was like games within the cast. And they're like, I don't want to see that crap. I was like, I want to talk about the show, but they can't, because it's like, well, we can't talk about much. And then all the questions.
So it's good we're here.
Yeah, but like it was just like, okay, what you just wasted everyone's time, But like everyone that lined up to ask them questions, that they were just like, the producers probably were infuriated because it was all just like, hey, is Nick Cage going to be in this show? And they're like, well, we would love for him to be in it, but he is not signed on for season 1. No. Okay, thanks.
Do you think they have like a whole like 3-ring binder on how to respond to Nick Cage related questions?
I'm sure.
Well, it was trending on Twitter, and it kept saying Nick Cage is not starring in this show.
Right. Yeah, I think that Brody, wasn't his name? He's like his underling. I think he's going to be in a few episodes.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. I haven't seen National Treasure.
Oh, yeah.
How many there were? Three of them? 2 of them? Two. Okay. Yeah, I saw both then.
And then,
the first one's outstanding.
The first one's great. Second one's kind of
Except for Nick Cage running. I mean, it just. I don't know how he got another job after that, to be honest with you.
He's an interesting guy, but you do need to watch that Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
I am going to watch it. I will watch it. I'm trying to catch up on all these damn shows that you guys keep suggesting. So I'm trying, but I fell behind. The week at Comic-Con. I'm trying to. You're trying to, like, All Mankind came out, and I might have had an edible, and I might have like this. I go, and Cindy goes, "Oh, Mankind came out." I go, I'm gonna watch that before I go to bed.
So you were in space. You were in space.
I was like,
Wait, did you guys see Thor?
No.
Not yet, no.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That came out the day I left to go to San Diego.
I did see him on Shark Week.
Have you stayed spoiler-free of the post-credit scenes?
No.
I mean, yes.
You've been spoiler-free?
I've been spoiler-free. No.
Okay.
I asked Jay because Jay saw it before he came out, and he just said, "It's okay." He goes, "If you want,"
I fucking thought it was great.
See, Jay. I mean, if Jay just says it's okay, then it must be horrible. But
Jay's an easy thumbs up.
Yeah, he said he enjoyed it. If you're looking for just a good, lighthearted not action, but comedy. Yeah, he goes, that's fine. He goes, but if you're expecting it to continue like the actual Marvel story, then you're gonna be disappointed.
I mean, that literally sounds like every review I've seen of it since seeing the movie. It was
Cindy actually wanted to go see it, and I've seen none of the Thors. And we saw the previews. I go, that looks like a fun movie. Get some popcorn, sit back, and enjoy it. I think it more had to do with the guy playing Thor. Maybe.
I mean, he's a fucking piece of work, that Hemsworth.
Yeah. So it's like, I go, I get it, but then I can look at Natalie Portman, so it's a fair trade, right?
Yeah, I mean, overall, I thought it was great. I mean, I love Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok did more justice to moving the story of MCU's universe, for sure, as opposed to this film here. And what's his name? Taika Waititi's getting a lot of heat for what he's doing with the movie. And I think it's all fucking horseshit. Like, if you come out of this movie and you didn't have fun, then you have a dead soul. Like, it's just a fun movie to
that's what most of these movies should be about, is having fun.
It's what it is, man. And I'll be honest with you, I enjoyed the shit out of it. And the after credits I remain spoiler free of them, had one of the biggest what moments for me of any of the Marvel after credit scenes.
Burt Reynolds made a career on just having fun movies.
Yeah.
I mean, he made some. Don't get me wrong, he made some great movies, but the Cannonball 2, Gator. How many car movies did he do? I still remember Smoking the Bandit. I still remember the show Give Me a Break. I don't know if you remember, with Mel Carter.
No.
And they're watching TV, and it's just for like a minute, and she goes, "That Burt Reynolds is a great actor."
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Well, that was a joke.
Anyways, I'm looking forward to having you guys see it. I want to get your reactions from the movie and the post.
I don't know if I can see it. We were planning on see it this weekend, but my daughter may or may not be having a baby this week.
That's right.
She's in the hospital right now, and they may induce, they might not induce. She still has like 2 weeks to go. I don't know. It's one of those. She's been in there for like 2 or now. Yeah, she's been there for like 2 or 3 days.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
She had too much fluid. Then she didn't have. It's just been. We're trying to fly back yesterday, and it's like, what's going on? What's going on? And then we get on the plane, so then we don't know. And then we get to the next destination. It's like, I don't know.
She's relatively close by, right? Not too far.
Yeah, she's like 20, 25 minutes away. Oh, so okay. It's not like my other daughter lives 6 houses away from her. So it's like. Oh. And we have her son here tonight, and we have Zach here tonight. So that's why I was a little late getting on, because I had to make sure the boys were all taken care of, and so I'm hoping they sleep. I'm hoping they sleep till at least 7 tomorrow morning.
So speaking of sleeping in, I did that for the first time today, and it was fucking glorious. I woke up and it was 11 o'clock.
Nice.
Wow.
I haven't done that in probably. I don't even know. Sober, at least. I haven't done that sober in at least a couple of years. I had the day off today. My wife, God bless her, let me sleep in and didn't bother me when I woke up.
She just didn't want to talk to you? Is that what it was?
I mean, probably, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just easier that way. But
Sherry says The Longest Yard. Yes, outstanding.
Oh, of course, The Longest Yard. Yeah,
the original.
Oh, not the one with fucking what's his name?
Chris Rock
and Adam Sandler. It's garbage.
Yeah. Awful.
But sleeping in is great because I was talking out there about how because I didn't get my naps last week. I've gotten used to my naps.
Was Scott Bakula in The Longest Yard?
No, he
was in Major League 2.
No, Necessary Roughness.
3.
Necessary Roughness with the greatest actress in the world, Kathy Ireland.
Yeah, he's in Necessary Roughness, and you're right. He was in Major League 3, back to the minors.
Yeah.
What the hell is he up to?
I don't know.
Yeah. So
anyway, I did fall behind. Comic-Con did put me behind. I couldn't catch up on the shows and stuff.
Yeah, I was exhausted that entire week because, the previous week I was there for work, and I was just, A game the entire time because it was like I'm constantly talking, constantly demoing, constantly on the floor, and then I don't get to turn off. Like I had to go out with clients. You're drinking, you're eating well, but you're just constantly always my extroverted self. What part of me is extroverted? And then you get home midnight and you have to get up at 6, and so it was just like little sleep, always on. And then by the time that was over with, I needed a couple of days off, and I didn't really have any. I just was like, I got to switch hotels, and then go to Disneyland, and it was just and then dealing with Comic-Con is just another drain. And then of course sleeping with Cliff in the same bed is also not easy.
And you weren't getting any sleep there, so
no. Exactly. He takes up the entire bed and he snores.
I was going somewhere else with it, but that's
okay.
Yeah. No, we stay on the same floor as you, but I was like, we didn't get in until 11:30. So we're sitting in Raleigh. We have a 3-hour layover in Houston. And all of a sudden, because the last time I flew to Houston, there was a mechanical problem on the plane, and I missed my flight from Houston to San Diego. So I had to stay in. There's a clusterfuck thing there. And so we're sitting there, and Cindy went to the restroom, and all of a sudden I hear this, sorry, we got a little bit of delay here. There's a mechanical problem. I said, what's with the fucking planes in Houston? So all of a sudden people start complaining because they only have a 45-minute. And if you're going to Houston, you got to give yourself at least an hour. It's a huge airport. And the next gate is always 20 minutes away. So you always got to give yourself enough. But we made it. We lost we only had to sit around for 2.5 hours or 2 hours. But it was, every time I went, so we go in the bar, and now everything is you just put your phone. There's no cash. You just put your phone, and they have the little, what's the thing called? Hashtag QR code. And laughing at
You're
John.
so old. What's that darn thing? Is a hashtag? Is it? How do I get the dang menu up? I need a hashtag. Man.
Well, it's funny when we were in Houston. We landed in Houston, and people were literally walking away because they said, "Oh, here." So the two people's, whoever they were, I don't know if they call it anymore because they really don't do anything. But I said, "Oh, you're just waiting for us two old people to be asking for help." That's what. But people were literally coming up there, young people, and going, "Wait, what is this? I have to do this. I'll forget it. I'm going somewhere else." They'd walk away. And I thought it was the easiest thing in the world. Well, Cindy did it, but I thought it was the easiest thing to do. And I got a drink yesterday in Houston. We ordered some food. I said, give me a rum and Coke. It was $19 for the rum and Coke. And I'm going to bet you right now, there was no rum in there. And I don't even know if it was Coke.
Yeah.
$19.
You didn't catch a buzz at all?
No, it was not. There was not. I was going, this literally has no. Cindy goes, how is it? I go, well, you said it's $19. It's probably worth $1. Just because the ice is good. But it's expensive to buy food at the airport.
Oh yeah,
sure is.
That's how they get their money. It's like a movie theater. And then my flight was no. Am I frozen or is Jack frozen? Okay, no, Jack's frozen. Okay, yeah, my flight was no great thing either. My flight was out of San Diego. It was supposed to be at 6 p.m. I get there at 3:20 or so, or something like that. You're supposed to get there early. I wait around. Get on the flight. They load everybody up. And then they go, oh, we've been delayed due to weather over Colorado. Should only be about a 20-minute delay. And you're like, okay, no problem. Then that turned into a 45-minute delay, which then turned into a 2.5-hour delay.
Fuck.
So I was sitting in my nice back coach seat for 2.5 hours before we even took off.
You weren't even on so you were on the plane with the delay.
I was on the plane with the delay because like basically a huge weather cell. A huge weather cell had.
That's illegal.
They did open the door after
put me in jail.
This is in San Diego.
In San Diego, yeah. Like basically,
what weather cell was there in San Diego?
It was over Colorado, and so all the planes were grounded in Denver, and so they weren't letting any planes come in because none of them were going out. So they were like, "Oh, like you have to wait." It started off just being a 20-minute delay, turned into a 45, turned into a 2.5 hour. And they did open the door to the plane after the first 45 minutes, but then they were like, you even got up to go there. We'd be like, just so you know, if you leave the plane, if we leave, we're leaving, and you're not. So I was like, well, fuck, I can stay on the plane. Like just trying to scare you to death. But
stay on the plane.
But
what airline?
Really kind of,
Sherry, please screen capture that. It's so fucking good. Really, actually, what made me the most mad was not in the delay. It was as we were in the air and we're approaching.
Did the airline wait? One question: did the airline have bad internet?
You have no internet. Well, I'm not paying for internet. Obviously, I don't pay for it here. Why would I pay for it there? Is that they start to give out the snacks and the drinks. And they do all first class, and they get a little bit into the business, or economy plus section. Then we hit more turbulence with an hour and a half left to go on the flight. It's a 2-hour flight. And with an hour and a half left, they go, flight attendants, please take your seats. We're hitting turbulence. And so they just kill all the mid-service. So everyone else got drinks and peanuts or pretzels, except my ass in the back of the plane. I'm like, hey, and I wanted so badly to get up once we landed to go, hey, you guys fucking owe me a Coke. Like at least, Can
I get one to go, please?
Yeah, I need you
owe me a Coke to go,
please. Owe me a fucking drink. Yeah.
Speaking of Coke,
I didn't land until midnight, and I got back home at 2 a.m.
Speaking of Coke, this is a good time to take a commercial break. So you didn't get home till 2 a.m.?
Yeah.
That sucks.
So because I landed at 11:45 or midnight, then you have to wait for luggage. Then I had to take the tram all the way up to like the way far out parking lot because I wasn't going to pay $20 a day for 2 weeks. So I was like, okay, I'll go the one that's $5 a day. And then of course logging that luggage, you get to the huge parking lot trying to find your car in the middle of the night. You're like, where the fuck is it? And then driving.
Don't you take a picture of the area?
I did, but it's pitch black at night, Jack, in the cheap section.
Traveling when you have no control over what's happening. That drives me fucking crazy.
It does. Well, I have a couple traveling stories from this whole thing. No real issues going out, but coming back, we're leaving San Diego and we're just sitting there. I think we missed our boarding number. Cindy was at Starbucks. It takes forever at Starbucks. And we go walk up there. I go, well, it doesn't matter. We have our seats. It doesn't. It's not Southwest. We have our seats. It doesn't matter. So we're getting on the plane. We're towards the end, and Cindy goes, I think someone's sitting in my seat. And I go, is that your seat? And it's a couple sitting in. We have what Cindy and I do is we both take the aisle seats across from each other. It's just the easiest. It's we both get our aisle seat. We're both happy. We're both next to each other. You still talk to each other. Either way. So this guy, and I didn't see it first. He goes like this. So he goes, I think you're in my seat. And he goes like this. He's probably like my age. So I think he's thinking I can intimidate this woman into giving my seat. And Cindy goes, no, I think you're in my seat. I have that. And it has a little picture of a guy there. Well, the guy is the aisle. Mm-hmm. And it's C, B, A, or whatever it is. So it's like, okay, if you're an A and B, you window. And so I'm like, and she goes, well, maybe did I get a window seat? And I looked at this. I go, no, that's your seat. And then there was a flight attendant. He was right there. He goes, no, she's correct. You guys have the window, and they were just pissy. They knew where they were at. They knew they didn't because when you book your flight, literally there's a map that tells you window, middle. You know, it's like, you know, and then when she moved over, she goes, "Oh, now we're gonna have to ask him to move," because I said, "Let me take that seat. I don't want you sitting next to that jerk." I said, so they know. She goes, "Oh, we're gonna have to ask them." And then later on, she got up to go. The wife went to go to the bathroom. I said, "Fine, I got up. That was no problem." Then we were going back to sit down because all these people were blocking, and I stepped on his leg trying to get back. I go, "What is fucking?" In my head, I go, "What takes you so long to sit down?" I go, "Oh, I'm sorry." He's like, "He just stepped on my leg." I go, "I am sorry." And he like wouldn't talk to me the whole time. So he was just being a dick. So the next flight from Houston to Raleigh, we're getting on the plane, and we upgraded our seats. We wanted more leg room. We booked these seats months ago, and we're getting in this, and he goes, "I think there's someone in your seat." I go, "Are you fucking kidding me?" So I go up there, and now I'm tired. It's late. I just want to get home.
Same guy.
No, it's a different guy. And I said, "Hey, you're in my seat." He goes, "Oh, are you together?" I go, "Yeah, but you're in my seat," because Cindy's sitting in the aisles. He goes, "Oh, do you want to sit together?" Because there was a middle seat. I go,
"No, motherfucker, you're in my fucking seat."
I said, "No, you're in my seat." "Oh, I'm sorry." I go, "Uh-huh." So his daughter and wife are sitting next to us, sitting next to me. And so he's in the back of the plane. So he didn't pay to upgrade. He's in the back. He's in the back of the plane. And she kept.
He wasn't even like that lone like bastard seat that you guys.
No. He's in the, and he could have sat there. But anyway, so he go. So she starts. She goes to Cindy. She goes, "Is anyone sitting next to you?" She goes, "I don't know. The plane's still loading. I don't know." She asked me at least 4 or 5 times different ways and how to switch. Each time I end up in the middle. And I finally said, "Look, I'm not moving. I'm not going to move." So then she gets a phone call from her husband, and they're speaking a language I don't understand, but I know they're talking about me because the daughter turned and goes, looked right at me. I go, "I don't care. Talk about me all you want." I go, "I paid for this seat. There's no way. Who in the world pays extra money, books their flight in advance to sit in the middle? Nobody. Leave me alone. Leave me alone." When her daughter spilled her Coke all over herself, I gave her my napkins and said, Here you go. Take those napkins to spill the Coke." I was like, fucking people. When did it be okay to just assume that I'm going to give you my seat?
Mm-hmm.
But people just assume. Fucking people piss me off. Anyway, that's my.
Didn't we have a conversation about this? Because there's a video out there like that where it shows like, you know, a British comedian, or, you know, he's sitting in the window seat, and it's a mother and her daughter, and the daughter's probably like 6 or 7, you know, and then the mother like looks at the guy and goes, "Hi, like, would you mind switching seats with my daughter? She really wants to sit next to the window so she can see everything," you know. And then he goes, "Well, this is a good opportunity for you to teach."
Every time you get to the punchline.
No, but I didn't finish his joke, but I've seen that video clip on TikTok or whatever. It's funny.
It's funny, yeah. Here's an opportunity to teach your daughter that you don't always get your way in life. You know? She's like, "Oh, you're being a dick." And it's like, no.
I'm just looking at my flight now. You guys get me freaked out. I have a flight to Denver actually on end of the month. It's already been changed. Fuck.
That happens.
I'm arriving like 5 hours later than I'm supposed to.
That's the way. Traveling, like you said, it's a pain in the ass anyway.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the fucking ass to travel. I'm cussing for John here. It's a pain in the ass to fucking travel. And when people are so fucking rude, you know, it's like when we were getting onto the plane to Houston, you know, people are trying to get on there fast because the plane was delayed about an hour. They gave you wipes to go on the plane, like alcohol wipes. This lady was wiping down everything, and we're sitting there waiting for it. I go, does she realize none of us can move because no one can get by because she's wiping down everything on her seat, the thing? I go, look, if you're going to get COVID, you're going to get COVID. All right? Yeah. That alcohol wipe is not going to save your ass from COVID. You're blocking the plane. Please let the people on. Let us get on because you hear people going, I am already late. Can we sit down? What is taking so long? People are getting angry because society has just become so fucking rude. They just don't care. People don't care. Well, they don't care.
It's not really this. One of my biggest pet peeves on a plane is not getting on the plane. It's when it's time when the plane leaves, when we land, and we're taxiing to the runway. People are already undoing the belts, which that's fine. I do that too. But people are already like dropping the overhead shit. We're not even at the gate yet, and then they start standing up, like we're in the back of the plane. People, it's gonna be another 20 minutes before we even get off. Why are you looking at me like you're about ready to like just start a track race?
I don't mind the standing up because I'll stand.
I stand the fuck up immediately
because, but
why though? Why?
But that reminded me of something because when we landed in San Diego, this girl who clogged up the toilet, the toilet, she goes, she was in there for like 15 or 20 minutes, and he goes, "Is she still in there?" I go, "She's still in there." I mean,
how did she clog the most forceful flush on the face of the planet? That's impossible.
What I think it was, she couldn't figure out how to flush it because when she got out,
she wanted to leave the poop emoji behind when she went back to her seat.
She runs up to first class, and she gets and the flight attendant comes in. She gets flushed the toilet. She goes, "It works." I mean, but by then Cindy had already walked to the back. But when the plane landed. I'm standing there, and I'm tired. It's been a long day. She had a backpack on. She gets up, she throws the backpack, literally knocks me back into my seats, and then when she pulled the overhead in, she hits me again. I'm like going, I turn to Cindy and go, she has to know she's hitting me. She has to know she's hitting me. There's no way on earth that you don't know that you're hitting someone behind you, and nothing. Not a hey, sorry. Are you all right? Can I get you a drink coupon? Just anything. But it's just like people are crazy. But that's flying. I did want to talk about something my brother-in-law did. He did the On Amazing race.
Oh, right.
He set this up, and we did it Sunday. And what it was have you guys seen the Amazing Race?
We're aware of it.
You travel around the world. You do different challenges.
Shit. Yeah,
basically, yes, exactly. So what we did is we had to first roll numbers to see who went first. I had 5 dice. Guess what my total score was?
5.
No, I got 10. I had 3 ones. I go but then you answer questions. It's this trivia game. It's called I forget what it's called, but it's like. It has millennial questions, boomer questions, and
Trivial Pursuit.
It's like Trivial Pursuit, but it's not. It's they have all kinds of different. Anyway, so we moved back up to second because I knew the answers to the questions. I don't want to say Cindy didn't, but I knew the answers to the questions. But so then we had to find an Easter egg with the clue, and then you had to, with gloves on, you had to take this stuff apart to get a poker chip. From the poker chip, you got your clue to the next thing. Now, the next thing was going to Vons, which is a grocery store, and you had to get all the items with your phone in order, finding the thing. So we're right behind Jay and Colleen. We're like neck and neck. And in fact, at one point, we're ahead of him. He tried to check me, and I lowered my shoulder and I think I hurt him. I might be old. But it's leverage. I've told you this from day one. It's leverage. It doesn't matter how big you are. It's leverage. Anyway, so everyone knew who Jay and Colleen were in the store because Jay, Colleen, Jay, Colleen. They're screaming at the top of their lungs because we're running around. We're looking for things. And we had the lead at this point, but we couldn't find the Werthers, the candy.
Yeah.
We couldn't find, Rolos. I'm sorry, Rolos. We couldn't find the Rolos. I go, they're probably at the register.
They're at the register, yeah.
But they weren't. And it was they just had to be on the right side. They found them first, and they were sprinting to each thing. It's funny because I don't want to say I cheated, but when we found a poker chip, Cindy wasn't running. I ran to get my car, so I stood behind their car until Cindy got there. I wouldn't move. I might have gone through a red light or something. Anyway, so it was a lot of fun. But so we get to there. So then you come back.
So hold on, real quick. Did you guys purchase anything from this list of items you had to line up in order to take a picture?
No.
So you were the annoying people in the store who took shit from different aisles and left it in the front of the store. So some poor bastard.
No, we did. You take a picture of it. You don't take the item. You just take a picture.
I think you line them up together.
At first, Cindy said, "Oh, we got to buy this stuff." I said, "Okay, I got my wallet." So we thought we had to buy all the stuff, but no, you just take a picture of it. And so anyway, so then we come back, and the next thing, and Jay and Colleen had like a 10-minute lead. Now we could have been faster, but Cindy wanted to walk to the car. Yeah, I'm going on the Amazing Race with her, and she always wants to go on the Amazing Race. I go, bullshit. I'll be that guy that gets the edit being the biggest asshole in the world. I go, come on, let's go. I'll be that guy. So anyway, it's bocce ball. Yeah, he had like a square in there. And he has like artificial turf because it's California. You can't water your grass. And we can't even take a bath or, drink water. And so you had to get 3 of the 4 balls into the square. And for some reason, I kept twisting my wrist. I go, what the fuck am I doing? Jay and Colleen finished first. They sprint out of there. And I think we finished in 3rd on that. But anyway, so we're behind them. And the next clues you have to find, there's like a list of 16 items. You have to find 8 of them. Now we found them really fast in this Smart and Final store. We found 7 of them. I said, "Do you want to get?" Because the extra ones you get like 3 minutes taken off your time. I said, "Let's just go back. So the next one is filling up. You know how you carry water and fill it up in a cup. You had to fill up the cup. So Jay and Colleen are doing that. They're ahead of us. Cindy picks this, and once you pick your spoon, you can't switch. You can't switch your spoon. She picks this ice cream cone scoop, which I would have taken too. It literally held no water. I mean, we're like going back. I was even cheating. I was scooping my hand underneath my left hand as I was pouring water in there. My sister and her son come in. My nephew come in like at least 10 minutes behind us. They finished like 10 minutes ahead of us. That's how long it took for this stupid scoop. Then the last butt wing was a Scrabble one. So we ended up in 4th place. But I got to tell you, I had a blast. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. And Cindy said she didn't think she would enjoy it, but it was a lot of fun. I had fun doing it.
I think it's been said in the show before that if we ever did an Amazing Race, I think Nick and I would probably be the fucking power couple in the competition. I think we would be a solid combination.
Yes, I think Matt actually got mad when privately when I said that because I was like, because we had to pick who we were picking. And I said I'm picking Chris because either we're going to win the whole thing or it's going to be comedic gold.
I was pissed I didn't get picked because nobody is better at strategy than me, and especially cheating.
Yeah, well, apparently your strategy is to not play by the rules.
Because hold on a second, there are no rules. There were no rules. It didn't say I couldn't do that, and it's funny because
unsportsmanlike. Then is that what it is?
That's fine. I don't care.
All right.
My nephew and his girlfriend were they split up and took pictures. I go, don't tell him. So when I got back, I go, hey, just to let you know, your son and his girlfriend they have pictures on 2 different phones. So that's a penalty. I threw him over. I parked illegally. I did everything.
There are no bullshit. There are no.
Well, it was fun, but
Chris,
it was fun. I enjoyed it
this year because Comic-Con I think was about half the normal people. So it was kind of like the first couple years.
It wasn't overly crowded. No.
Yeah, you could walk pretty much into every panel, but on preview night, which once again I did not have preview night, but I still went to preview night. And that's the thing is like when you've gone as many years as we had, you kind of learn all what you can get away with. And sure enough, like all the exclusives I wanted to get on preview night, there was lines everywhere. Unless you had the ticket, like that you actually got, to get that thing. But like I didn't wait in line one time. I just walked straight up to the register.
But you're a master at that.
Yeah,
you're a master at taking cuts and cheating.
Well, there's flaws in every booth system, and you kind of have to study it for a minute. And just because like the one that I went to particularly to get like all this Marvel stuff, the way that they had the registers was the line other way, kind of you came in on the side and there was 2 registers. So everyone kind of went to the first register every time. And if you were smart enough, you would go around to the second register. So I waited like where people were just looking at the stuff that eventually when you get so many people in line can't tell where the line is and where our people are just looking. So you just kind of blend into the two and then go to that outside register. And so like I literally was in and out in 10 minutes. I was like, here you go. I was like, I'll take that, and then there you go.
And you weren't even supposed to be there.
Wasn't even supposed to be there. Yeah, no one noticed. No one looked at me. Nothing.
Oh, you're lucky I wasn't there. I would have squealed on you.
Did they not check badges?
Badges?
So, like,
I don't need no stinking badges.
Yeah, like so this year we had to wear COVID bracelets, and so most of the security was more concerned with checking that you had this orange bracelet, see if you'd been vaccinated or not, than they were with the badges. But what was funny is that me and Cliff were just having a conversation because we did not line up to get into the preview night line, which was massive. And so after we got our
did they show shows or anything like that?
No, they didn't. No.
Yeah.
It was just the hall this year, but we actually had lined up. We were just standing out in the middle of this lobby, just having a conversation, and then the line formed around us to get in after like the first wave went in. And I was like, Cliff, are we in a line now? He's like, I think so. And then
there you are now.
So we just kind of kept going.
I was going to get a hot dog.
Yeah, and then as long as you just kind of like taking your badge and moving it fast, it's like they're not really looking. So I just kind of got in. Actually, the closest I got to getting caught was leaving, because now you have these little scanners that you're supposed to ding in and out when you
Game of Thrones thing,
center. And I had never dinged in because I didn't have the badge that would let me to ding in. So, but as I was leaving, I forgot and I did it, and it gave the red light, like, and the guy was like, "Oh, you need to go. Your badge clearly isn't working. You need to go over blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Oh, I know why it's not working."
Okay.
and then of course Jana was like, "Okay, let's just walk through the next one together, and I'll make some commotion and distract him, and then we just walk right out. That's no problem." But,
I think I was only at actual Comic-Con. We had our panel, but then Cindy, we didn't get our things, and we didn't get our. I said, well, if they're not showing anything, it's not worth it for me to go to comic. Plus, we were with family and stuff like that. And so there's a long line to get your COVID badge, your COVID wrist thing. And so like, I told you we should get up early. You're going to be late for your thing. I go, nah, it's all right. They can't start without me. I mean, if they do, so what? So that was my attitude for the whole panel.
So it's kind of like the Ramblecast. Is it?
Exactly. I don't want to say I had a shitty attitude, but anyway. So we get up there. It took like 40 minutes to get our COVID thing. I said, well, why don't we try and get our badge at the same time? But since we were professionals, we had no line.
Right.
We just walked up there, got that. So then we're walking, and the Padre gift shop is there. So I went in there, bought some hats, a few hats and stuff. And so she goes, shouldn't we be going? I go, yeah, let's go. And we got there with like 10 minutes to spare. Packed house of 25 people, maybe.
Nice.
Well, it's at the library. And I keep telling Jay, I go, is there any way we can go? I think we'd have a full house if people didn't have to walk 10 miles to get to, because the library is so far away that if you go to the panel, you're going to mess
everything back home at the other place.
Yeah, you're going to miss everything else. So it's like one of those things that's like, I know we just do it for the free badges, it doesn't cost us anything, but anyway, I thought it was a good conversation. It was me, Ralph, and Jay, and we talked for a good hour. There were some new people that were into Lost and were suggesting things. So
you think there are new people who just started listening to the Lost podcast? Or?
No, they just started watching Lost.
Oh,
and there was some younger people there, not like old people like Nick.
So were they? Would you say those people were there for you, or for the fact it was a Lost?
It was just
probably they didn't know who the hell we were.
They didn't know who we were.
Oh, they didn't know who you were. Oh, okay.
It definitely made you feel old, Chris. Let me tell you, because
I believe it.
The first question that got popped up was from probably a 17-year-old girl who got up.
Her name was Presley, and Jay kept going, "What's her name?" I go, Elvis Presley. Jesus.
And but when you think 17, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, you're basically an adult. But then when she actually gets up and says, "Oh, I was born in 2005," you're like, "Fuck!"
And her brother was there. He was like maybe 12. they actually both asked intelligent. I mean, I was like, great questions. And we had a guy that works at NBC. And then we were talking about different shows and different things. I go, okay. And I went, okay, that's right. You work for NBC, right? And he goes, yeah. I go, okay, don't take this personal. I said, I watch La Brea. I go, but it's the biggest, and I'm addicted to La Brea, but it's like the biggest pile of crap in the world.
He goes, laugh.
No, he's like,
yeah.
I go, the acting's terrible. I go, but I watch it. And then I got in trouble for bashing kid actors and stuff like that because I said, because we were talking about how could Lost continue? And people are saying, bring the kids back. I go, well, the problem is when you bring kids back, they have to be able. What makes Stranger Things work is those kids can act. Yeah. If like Terra, I don't know if you guys remember Terra Nova. What killed that show? I like Terra Nova. There was half the show was good, but anytime there was the kids, they just said, okay, if they were grabbing kids off the street that had never acted before. Yeah, these kids were terrible, and the storylines were terrible. It killed the show. Yeah, it would have made it if it was just adults. All the kids should have been killed off in Terra Nova.
That's the same like with the they did a reboot. I'm not sure if it's been canceled yet or not because it was on one of the weaker channels, but like they did a War of the Worlds series a couple years ago, and if you kept it with just like the annihilation of people and like have it being adults, it probably would have been a better show. But they're always going for that. It's kind of like how there's no more rated R movies; it's all PG-13 now. And they're kind of doing the same thing. It's like, oh, here's an adult storyline, and here's like the kids storyline. And the kids was all about like, I love you, and I loved her in the time of death. And you're just like, I don't care.
Where's my doggy? You get hit by a car. Anyway.
Aliens killed it. But yeah, like, I thought you were going to go that route though, Jack. Like, and so Chris, what was actually, one, Jay, typical Jay, I was just fucking with him before they left to go do the panel. I was like, so, you nervous? And he's like, no, I'm not nervous. I'm like, you got stuff to talk about? No, not at all. Let's see what happens. Like, and then he's worried. He's freaking out because he's going to be late, and Ralph wants to take an Uber, and we ended up taking an Uber. And and then Jay the entire time, we're gonna miss it. I was like, I'm sure Jack can cover for you. He's like, no, Jack will go crazy. And then anyway,
I would have been fine actually, but that's okay.
But they did they pulled an entire panel out of their ass with no preparation whatsoever, and it was good. And then what was the best part, though, is like what Jack was saying, is that they kept talking for a while about how do you make another reboot of Lost. And for the longest time, they were talking about, a sequel to Lost. And then finally, I think it was one of the kids or somebody got up and said, no, it should be a prequel because there's so much stuff that they didn't answer, like all the Egyptian stuff and all this other stuff. Like
it was the youngest kid.
Yeah,
I can't remember. It's Presley's brother. I can't remember his name.
Because he's like, if you're going to do a younger thing, then show like a young Benjamin Linus, or have him have flashbacks, something like that. But you could have it be more like Ben's story, but then you're having all this ancient history parts of Lost too. And I think that kind of won over the audience. We're like, yeah, I kind of like that idea now, And
well, it's funny because you mentioned that not being prepared. Ralph goes, "What are we talking about?" I go, "I don't know. I thought you guys had it worked out." I go, "I don't know." I go, "I'll just go with the flow." And I did thank everybody for waiting in a long line in the hot sun for the Lost to get their seat because there's nobody there. I mean, there was like 25 people there. It was
25 people, man.
Yeah, it was. But we used to have like 400 or 500 people at these things, and now it's like okay, that's when Lost was on and stuff like that. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. It was fun because it just kept going and kept going and kept going. And because Cindy got mad at me, she goes, Jay goes, I was leading you so you would go on, and say something. And because they said, what would you like to see? I said, a whole series devoted to Rosamund or something like that. And I stopped, and Jay looked at me. I go, that's all I got. That's all I got.
Well, apparently, because I actually heard that from Jay. Like Jay said something because I forgot what he said, but he was trying to set you up for like a joke, and he thought you would get it, and then you defaulted Rose and Bernard. And he's like, "God damn it, Jack!"
It did. But the joke, it did get a laugh.
Yeah, that's right for me.
All right, I'm done.
It's probably from me.
It went great. I thought, like I said, I go, how did that? When the we got done. I go, how the fuck did we talk about Lost for an hour? I go, we could have gone on another hour easily because the people were asking questions, and like the guy from NBC, he got up there twice and asked questions, and Presley and her dad, I'm assuming it's her dad and brother were asking questions. I was like, it was a complete, because you never know what you're gonna get, because you don't want to get the people like, did you like the ending, or the whole crap, because how long has it been? 12 years since Lost ended?
Yeah.
12. It's been more than that.
No, it's 2010.
2010.
Was it? Oh, all right.
Yes, it's just like, so we were coming up with some really good ideas for. Ralph was like saying I could write. I said, no, I don't think you can. But it was fun. We had a good time, and then we walked back. And the worst part was, though, Cindy and I promised this guy it was a Greek restaurant. He didn't know there was stuff down this way for Comic-Con. I said, oh, we'll get you on the way back. We'll your food smells great. We'll eat at your place. Well, it turns out he was still standing outside when we walked by. I go,
oh shit!
Walk fast. We don't want to eat here. Walk fast. Walk fast. Walk fast. But it was. We had a good time. It was fun.
So
that part was fun. We did not eat there. No, we went and ate at the sports bar.
So he didn't spot you. He didn't say like, hey.
Yeah, he was looking at us. He recognized us. Well, because he kept following me, and we had like 10 minutes to get to the panel. He's like going, Cindy, where's the library? Just keep walking this way. We'll run into it. And he goes, no. He kept asking me, I hate to bother you. And I go, well, then stop talking. That's what I wanted to say. Me being the nice guy that I am. I did say, I go, yeah, we're just trying to get to this panel. What's it about? I go, I don't know, some TV show about Lost. I didn't want to say I was in the panel. He goes, oh, you're in the panel now. So I just kept walking. Showed up, and boom, the rest is history. But it's funny. I did want to tell a story. I was in the elevator. I took off my wristband, my COVID band, and this guy gets in the elevator, and he looks. He goes, oh, I think you're the first person I see not wearing the orange band. I go, well, I'm not going to Comic-Con anymore, so I took it off. I wanted to say, I think COVID's worse, the least you have to worry about, but I didn't say that. I was nice. I didn't say anything, but it was. And what pisses me off about the elevators? Okay, you give me your the elevator stops. What's supposed to happen after that?
People off.
Where are you on the elevator? Or are you waiting?
You're on the elevator. You're on the elevator.
Yeah.
It opens up. You're on your floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's supposed to happen?
You get off, and then people get on.
Right. This doesn't happen. In 99% of the time you're on an elevator, what happens? The people that want to get on start pushing in to get on.
That doesn't happen.
It happened the whole fucking trip. Am I right, Nick?
Sure.
I at one point I'm like going, it's not leaving without. It's not a subway.
Right.
It's not leaving without you. Let me get off the fucking elevator.
It's always people on the elevator get off first.
Uh-huh.
No other way. And honestly, I think I've seen that happen the opposite way maybe like twice in my life.
Where have you ever been to a hotel?
Yeah.
Literally, it especially Comic-Con, because you're with the geeks. And it happened. I every time we're on the elevator, I go, let me get off first. You can get on. It's not going. This elevator will not leave without you. It will not leave without you. The whole fucking trip.
I don't want to call it a generational thing, because it doesn't matter. People are just assholes no matter how old they are.
It's like the whole airline seats.
Yeah, but like the pet peeve that drives me nuts, like at Comic-Con or any convention or anything, or it's like any stadium or anything, is it could happen. I always notice it more at Comic-Con because it's just fucking people on their phones and people who are self-obsessed. Is that you're walking down the middle of the aisle and the people just stop in the middle of the fucking aisle and they're on their phone.
Dude,
yeah,
fucking hell, happened to me today.
Yeah, but it's like, look, dude,
but not the elevator.
Yeah, we all get shit on our phones. But if you feel you're buzzing, move to the side of this, where people can keep going, And me being 6'1", it's always someone smaller than me. I just want to like a the mole puncher, at the game. I just want to pop on the back of the head.
Whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole. I just want to hit
whack-a-mole.
So for all of our listeners out there, I'm glad that you got to hear
whack-a-mole.
Chris rant for like an hour and 4 minutes now about our
whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole.
Hey, do you want a whoppable? Whoppable.
But I did want to mention the other panel. I got to see a couple other panels, but I got to see the Severance. I know Chris and I both like Severance.
Oh, nice.
Oh shit, I broke up again. I got to see Severance. Didn't get to the experience. There was like a whole. They rented out like the level of Hard Rock Cafe, and you could go up there and see like all the desks and sit at the computer.
Oh, cool.
And stuff.
Nice.
That panel was pretty neat.
Which panel was it? I didn't hear because I left.
Severance.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm watching next.
They left it with Deachin, who's the psychiatrist, going, like
Spoiler.
Your outer really appreciates you sitting in your panel. Like
did you just hear me say I haven't watched it yet?
Well, I'm not spoiling you. Severance though is a great show.
It's probably one of the best shows I've seen in a long time.
I didn't see any panels.
But another show you guys should watch on Apple.
Oh, I know what those are.
No, sorry, Jack. Another show you guys should start watching is Blackbird also on Apple TV.
I do want to watch Blackbird.
Blackbird's good.
Yeah,
it's good
because it's the theme song's by the Beatles. What we did is Cindy ordered online, and then we picked it up later on. Is California, it's legal.
Yeah.
You get this. You got these. We got like 3 or 4 of these, and you got this thing. I don't even know. It's for me. She says it's for me. I don't know what it is. But the funny thing is, yesterday when we
Carolina State, please.
Yeah, well, it's funny because you can't have them here, or you're not supposed to.
I got a good deal. I got 100 for $35.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that's a bargain. This whole thing was we had 6. We got where's the other one? And oh shit, I'm losing one. Anyway, because I don't want to keep them away from the grandkids. We got 6 things for $133. That was a 20% discount. But it's funny because last time we did it 3 years ago, I hid them. I put them in different jars. I said, "Fuck, I'm not doing it this year." I put them in my new Padre hats, wrapped them around. So we're waiting for our luggage yesterday. The first suitcase, the big suitcase, comes right away. And I'm waiting. And the worst part was everybody on the plane, another pit. You have the whole section. Everyone got behind me and we're like big. And they're just, reach. I go, you realize you can go anywhere. I'm not moving. I was a rebel. So anyway, I'm like going, at one point I go, all right, the stuff stopped coming. I go, I go, oh, they better not have lost my luggage. I'm going to be pissed. And I started going, uh-oh. Wait, that's the luggage that had the stuff in it. But it got here and it was all fine and dandy. But those pot shops are the most amazing thing in the world. I mean, they show growing pot there. I mean, they're busy. They're making lots of money. But now you can, like you said, you can order online and just do a quick pickup. And that's what we did. So we're good for about 3 months.
Nice.
There you go.
Oh,
I'm happy.
You guys get on your state ballot, man.
It's you know how hard it could be passed. You got the tobacco lobby.
Yeah.
There's no way.
He's always high, John.
I think Matt's still good. He's an artist.
Yeah.
True.
He gets high.
Speaking of, so
really.
A friend of mine who knows me.
Is that a fact?
Every time I start talking.
That's an amazing story, man.
So when I got back, I had a package waiting for me from a friend who knows me very well, and she got me.
Oh, she.
I love fortune cookies, but she got me Miss Fortune cookies, and so the fortune cookie is black, and then instead of getting a nice fortune, you get a negative fortune.
Wait, hold on a second. She know you're from Tennessee?
Yeah.
Okay.
But so the first one I opened while we were eating here, it says, instead of getting a good fortune, it says, you're going to die alone, probably wearing something your mother picked out.
In bed.
In bed, yeah. Yeah. And I was like, I just love it. Yeah.
Something your mother picked out.
Yeah, you're going to die alone
That's
wearing
a twisted sense of humor.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. You know.
Are those the panties your mother laid out for you? What show?
Probably something from the 70s.
Nope.
I think there's a little sparkle in Nick's eye when he's telling this story.
No.
Yeah, who is this girl?
Oh, it's just an old friend.
Old friend.
I did have
Old
two
friend,
dates. I did have
same
two
twisted,
dates
fucked
though,
up
while
sense
I
of
was in
humor.
California. With
Two
different
dates
women.
when you're in California. Wow.
Yeah.
Anything serious?
No, I mean, it's a long distance, both of them.
Should I get my tux ready for the wedding?
No, I would probably.
I'm not invited.
They're both pretty
I can
awesome.
see you not inviting Chris, but me, I don't get invited.
Chris got invited to Jay and Colleen's wedding, so it's only proper that he doesn't get invited to mine because I didn't get to go to. Yeah,
you didn't get invited to Jay and Colleen's wedding.
No one did. Except Chris.
did.
Except Chris.
I did.
You kind of had to be there, Jack.
It actually cost me money, so it was an expensive wedding. Most expensive meal I paid for that I didn't eat.
Yeah,
we had to pay for the pre-wedding thing,
the rehearsal dinner.
Thank you. And it was like but my daughters were being delayed in Raleigh, and I'm outside. I go, just get on the fucking plane. We'll figure it out from there. And so anyway, everyone in the whole area heard me, but I didn't eat anything, nothing. But I still had to pay for my meal. Oh, it was fun. Great times. Because the wedding was on a Friday, right? The wedding was on a Friday.
Was it?
Yeah, and my daughters had tests they had to take for college, and so of course they couldn't leave till like 5:00. The
I had
plane
to take a boat to get there. Well,
they end up having to drive from Baltimore to New York, which I wasn't really comfortable with them doing. And with Cindy and I actually started driving from New York to Baltimore. We were going to pick them up and just turn around and come back.
Oh shit! I remember that.
Yeah, and because they were arguing with me, we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. It's actually my older daughter who normally we're like this. We don't argue at all. I used to go, get on the fucking plane. Shut the fuck up. And I'm like this because the stress was getting to me. I couldn't take it anymore. I mean, I had to pay for a meal that was like outrageous, and I didn't get to eat anything. I didn't even think I had a piece of potato. I had nothing. And it's funny. There was a restaurant across the street. They all turned around and looked at me. I go, I just don't care. I'm not in New York. They're not going to know who I am. But it all worked out. It was all fine and dandy. But it was like, God.
Didn't Dale drive his truck there?
He did. He drove that truck that had like 15 different colors on it.
Yeah.
He was higher than a kite probably most of the time.
Yeah, he was.
And it's like, and it made it. The truck made it. I go, how are you going to make it back? He goes, I'll just drive back. It's fine. It's like a 9-hour drive.
He unloaded all of his weed on me.
Yes, exactly.
Drive back with it.
Yeah, exactly. He goes, I'll probably get caught. I go, well, you made it up here without any problem. Why would anyone look at your truck and think drug dealer?
Drug dealers have money.
Yeah, actually, yeah, exactly. Actually, he turned 60 years old today.
Wow.
Warm Taffy is
Dale.
60 years old today. I sent him a message saying, what did I say, you old fuck? I go, God, Jesus Christ, you old fuck. 60? Man, that's close to death. Or whatever. I just had this whole long thing about dying and stuff like that because I turned 60 in 17 days, whatever it is. And I go, he goes, well, I'm growing my hair out. You know about hair. I go, well, I hope the hair covers your ears because that could be an issue. But yes, Warm Taffy turned 60 years old.
Happy birthday,
today.
Warm Taffy.
Yes. I'm reading this different stuff in the chat. But yeah, that was Comic-Con.
How
that was your son's wedding.
Oh, son's wedding.
Yeah, your son's wedding, yeah. So how have you snapped on these
Whoops. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. Didn't he get married at Comic-Con? No. Okay, I'm good.
Are you sure?
I'm not. I may have had a little drink, but I'm not high. Go ahead.
Oh,
you had a story, Nick.
Well, no, I was gonna say. So you've snapped on all of your children, but yet last week, not once did I hear Pop ever yell at Zach.
You say Pop-Up, I'm Papa.
Papa. Okay, I thought it was
I was
Pop.
letting it go today on the
Okay,
the
I thought it was Pop. Okay, it's Pop.
Why would I be Pop? What am I like? I'm a British person. Papa. Look, no,
sounds the same.
I'm Pop. I did at one point snap at one of them, and grab them and pull them towards me and say enough.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. Because I don't want to be. I've said this 1,000 times because the kids always get mad because I may or may not have been. I was the one that had to be the bad guy, right? When the kids were growing, I had to be the bad guy, and I don't want to do that with my grandkids. I don't want to be the guy that has to yell at them all the time. I don't want to be that guy, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But then but sometimes I'm like, okay, I can't take this anymore. Sherry says, any update on Matt? He's on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm going to send him a message tomorrow and see how he's doing.
I'm actually surprised he has not responded even because he's still in our chats. Like
I checked in with him. Was it looking at it right now? Last week, I think. Yeah. No, he's just been having a good summer with his family. Spending time with his wife and kids.
Yeah, I did it a couple weeks ago before we went to Comic-Con. He says, he's just having a good time and just relaxed and he needed a break from just all this crap he was doing, life, and it worked out for him. Hopefully he'll come back and be producer because I got to be the guy.
He is watching the season 3 of Atlanta. He gave me his review of season 3 of Atlanta.
Atlanta, there's a season 3 of Atlanta.
Yes.
When did that come out?
A month ago.
Where have I been?
Not your son's wedding, apparently.
I honestly didn't know there was a season 3 of Atlanta.
Yeah.
On TBS?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I've only seen the first season.
You just on the first season?
I've only seen the first season.
Oh my God, what a loser. It's one of the funnier shows out there. Florida Man. Have you never seen it, Nick?
I've never seen Atlanta, no.
You've never seen Atlanta?
No.
It's not about Sherman's tanks going through it. It's a funny show. You would enjoy it.
Donald Glover.
Yes.
I knew who's in it. I know what it's about. I just never. It was one of those that kind of, at the time when it came out, I was watching like a lot of things, like watching 4 other shows, and just kind of fell through the cracks.
Yeah, there's that one episode of Atlanta. I think it must be season 1. The only one I've seen was when he plays himself. He plays a different character, but like it's all like white face and stuff. It's like Teddy something or other. I forgot the name.
Right.
Of
yeah.
But he's like that Teddy guy is just like this freaky I don't know what the fuck he was. Like, why was he famous in the show? But that was a creepy episode. What was it called? It's gonna.
I don't remember that. But Matt Tree says it ended 2 months ago, season 3.
Oh shit! Maybe I have seen season 2.
That sounds like season 2. When they're going to get
Teddy Perkins, fucking Perkins.
Yeah, they're going to get
they're
going to get a piano, right? They're picking something up.
Oh yeah, pick up a piano from an idiosyncratic man.
It might be the best episode of Atlanta at all time. But there's time. It's almost like Barry, because Barry will have those episodes or that scene where you can't stop laughing. Same thing with Atlanta. I didn't know there. Now I'm pissed that I didn't watch it. I got to go find it.
So apparently, I have seen season 2.
All right, so there you go. You were saying something, Nick?
I didn't say anything.
Really?
You're hallucinating.
Could be. You never know. So
what else I can talk about?
I had lots of Mexican food in San Diego. What did you think of that Mexican restaurant?
It's okay. It's pretty good. I'd go back.
Yeah.
They were not the best tacos I've ever had.
Best tacos ever. I had filet mignon tacos.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting how
you're rolling your eyes there, Chris. They
filet
were
mignon in a taco just seems stupid.
Oh no, it was good.
They were good.
It was fucking good.
But how You don't. How do you season a filet mignon for a taco though? Do you using like? Is it like?
It's just really tender.
Spicy.
It was just
They put fried cheese, I think, around it.
Yeah,
something like that. It was like, oh my god,
else. Yeah,
interesting.
And a blue soft shell.
Yeah,
but yeah, like you could get all kinds of different ones. But I thought I was listening to you and Jay, because you were a fan of the filet, and I think Jay liked another one better. Like it was either the chicken or
pork chop
or pork chop. Yeah. Carnitas, but yeah, there was like different ones, and then they had a al pastor. But like everyone seemed to think one was better than the other, and like no one agreed which was the best taco. Because we all went on Jack's recommendation.
Well, because the first night we took Jim out to dinner, Jim Watari, and it recommended 3 different tacos. So I got the prime rib, the filet mignon taco. I got the spare rib taco, and then the house taco, the taco of the month, which was spicier than hell with shrimp and all this different stuff. And the first one I ate was the filet mignon taco. I go, oh my god, this thing is so good. Now the spare rib taco was really good, but not as good as the. So the next day I said, fuck it, I'm just getting 3 filet mignon tacos. That's what I'm getting. And then the guacamole. Did you have any of the guacamole?
No, guacamole and cheese. No.
Oh, yeah, because when we first, they said, the house guacamole has cheese. I go, cheese?
Yeah.
Parmesan cheese.
There were chunks of cheese too.
Yeah, I go, well, how good could that be? Oh my god, it was so good. It was outstanding.
I know that guac and avocados are huge in California, but if I'm choosing to choose between guacamole and fire roasted salsa, I'm getting the fire roasted salsa. That's
I did ask for
10 times out of 10 salsa over guac. Absolutely.
Yeah. I did ask for no. In fact, I said nothing because I didn't want to take away the taste from the filet mignon. So I said, just give me the filet mignon with all the cheese and the melted. It was outstanding. I thought it was. I can't wait to go back.
And I love a good guacamole though, and of all places. And I don't think they do it anymore. And I haven't been to one in forever, but of all places, fucking Chili's used to do the table side guac, and it was fucking great. Like it was really, really good.
Says the guy from Massachusetts.
Dude, I know. No, trust me. Trust me. I know what I'm saying. Like I know how ridiculous that sounds.
Jar.
No, not salsa. No, not salsa.
New York City.
I'm not talking about salsa. I'm talking about guacamole. They made the table side, right? And it was fucking phenomenal.
It's like powdered avocado.
Trust me, I do appreciate and love true, authentic Mexican cuisine. So
this stuff.
That's why I was my mind was blown that Chili's had good fucking guacamole. It was incredible.
I can't believe you're saying that out loud.
I know.
I basically ate fish tacos pretty much.
I am. But somebody out there has had that table side guac. It's fucking great
at Chili's.
I'm dead serious. I don't even know if they do it again. I haven't been there in like 5-6 years, but they might even do it anymore. But it was fucking amazing.
They have a giant plastic thing. They squeeze it. Yeah. Did you like that beer you got, Nick?
Yeah, the amber was good. I always love good amber.
Yeah, it was a really good beer. I enjoyed it. Yeah, we ate there 2 days in a row, 2 nights, and then we had gone to Old Town, and Old Town San Diego used to have this like it's like the first part of it's where San Diego started. So we decided to take the grandkids down there. Met up with my mom and my brother-in-law.
There's a great Mexican restaurant in Old Town.
There's tons of great Mexican restaurants in Old Town. It's funny because we get there. What's that thing called again? The hashtag, the
QR code.
QR code. Every place you can't go into now, you have to get a QR code, and they'll show you a virtual thing. I go, "Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?" It like defeated the whole thing. It's just about buying stuff. But I had Mexican food there, and it was actually really good. I had 2 great tacos. It was. I had a lot of Mexican food and then I finished up the trip with 2 Jack in the Box tacos. So there you go.
Yeah, like
I've never had a Jack in the Box taco.
Oh, if you like Chili's guacamole, you're gonna love Jack in the Box tacos.
Look, Chris, you are not missing anything life changing by not ever having Jack in the Box. I like them, Jack. I like them.
They're addicting.
All right, but think of it this way, Chris.
Chris would give up his gummies for it.
It's mostly probably soy and leftover hamburger patties that have been chopped up, put in there. Then they take a slice of American cheese, jam it in there, and some old lettuce. Then they seal it and then deep fry it and then give it to
American cheese.
Yeah. Like I said, it's the weirdest.
Why do you hate America? I don't even know if it's meat. I got to be honest.
I was trying to find a picture of it, but I couldn't. I did find this.
Oh, is that Tim?
It's Tim. Yeah.
Oh my God, that came up on my time hop the other day.
Even though that was like 11 years ago,
there's Damon Lindelof in the back.
That's normal now. That's like that wouldn't even be shocking anymore at Comic-Con.
Oh yeah, because you do see that all the time. You see it all the time.
Yeah.
Fuck, it was Damon Lindelof in the back too. Poor bastards. Like, who are these people?
Well, I actually told him, I go, wait, you got to see this. Yes, I used to hate I didn't hate guacamole. I didn't eat it because the way it looked. It looked like a kid with a bad cold. It looked like a big
John the retired guy says, when you prep for a future colonoscopy, just get tacos from Taco. Dude, you can't mess with Taco Bell. Taco Bell is consistently
terrible.
The right thing at 1 o'clock in the morning.
It is never the right thing.
The Crunchwrap Supreme I beg to differ. Is one of the
best. I heartburn at 2 in the morning.
I don't know. I have never met anyone who didn't like the Jack in the Box tacos.
Never
anyone. They're like they used to be 2 for 99 cents. I don't know how much they are now, but really it's just a fried and I don't know what the sauce is, but it's got like a little, it's all crusty on top, and then it has like a little pocket of meat, right? Or pocket of, I don't even know if it's meat. It's just a pocket of crap in there.
Yeah, no, we talked about it before, because I used to think it was all soy, like a soy meat, but then got Matt excited about it because he thought, oh, there's something I can eat, but he looked into it, and there is like a little bit of meat in there as well.
Yeah. So he's not a vegetarian now anymore.
Not anymore, but he was at the time. Yeah.
So growing up in New England, like we don't have Jack in the Box, never had Jack in the Box, never heard of it. The only the thing that comes to mind when I hear Jack in the Box is like we heard nationwide news about like food poisoning. Jack in the Box.
Well, that was back in the late 80s.
That's like whenever I hear Jack
E. coli.
Yeah. E. coli outbreak. Like that was like the only thing I knew about Jack in the Box growing up. So I remember hearing you and Jay talk about Jack in the Box on various podcasts or whatever, and then we talk about it, and it always triggers of like, whoa, that's an evil place. Don't go there. They have E. coli.
7 people. 7 people out of how many?
Why was it national news? I heard about it.
Well, it started in Seattle, I believe, if I remember correctly. Maybe a couple of people died. I don't know. And then it trickled down, and then they had to recall their stuff, and because the company started in San Diego, but it was just like it's great. I couldn't because we had to get Jack in the Box. We were at my sister's house. I go, we need Jack in the Box one more time. We have to have it one more time. We need that grease in our system so we can come back and
shit right out.
Well, it doesn't even take you that long.
It doesn't take that long.
Sometimes it's better just to eat the tacos on the toilet. It saves time. But it's funny because the Padres have a thing with Jack in the Box. Anytime a Padre player hits a home run, the next day you get a free Jumbo Jack, which is a hamburger. And I said, well, they're saving money this year.
Yeah.
Padres getting hit a home run to save their life.
The Red Sox have been outscored like a goddamn.
Oh my God, that
NFL
game
football team.
That game against Toronto, 28-5.
Right.
And it was in 2 games prior. It was 14-1. Like they suck.
Well, today I'm watching. Yeah. Today I actually I paid for the internet to watch the Padre game on the plane, and then we're landing in Raleigh, and there's 2 outs, 9th inning. I told the flight attendant, the guy, it's the last out. He goes, okay, 1 more minute. I said, okay, and then our stupid relief pitcher walks the guy. He goes, okay. I go, so I close it up. I go, I'm trying to get on the phone, figure out what's going on. Well, he gave up a run to tie we won in extra innings. And then today, Padres are winning 3-2. They bring in the same fucking reliever who's been choking for a month now. Guess what? He lost the game. What a shock. What a shock. He lost the game. They're talking about trading for Soto. What good is Soto if you can't fucking close out a game?
Yeah. Anyway. It's been hard to watch for me, too.
Yeah. Because John says we're sending the other Rogers to you. It's his twin brother. They're twin brothers. I go, God. And the worst part is it's in his. He started out the season like 18 saves in a row. Then he started giving up some hit, because anything in life, it's you have to have confidence. You can tell he's like, okay, how am I gonna fuck up today? Yeah. You can see it in his face, and it's like, anyway, it is what it is. I don't hate the guy. I can't hate him, but it's like I saw him come in. I go, is there nobody else? I could do it. Bring me in. I'll throw strikes. Anyway, do we need? And this time we need another commercial break. But that's all I got. So, what do you think? Are you looking forward to football season,
oh my
Chris?
God! Yeah.
I can't believe it's almost here already.
I know.
I'm hoping for Mac Jones to find his place in here in New England. And
I think Mac Jones is going to be okay.
Yeah.
You got Tom Brady, they just signed Julio Jones for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Crazy.
Yeah. If he's healthy, that's a good move, but he hasn't been healthy in like the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
But maybe he'll be healthy for Tom Brady. Tom Brady will massage his legs. And
Fuck
stuff.
him.
That's right. You don't like Tom Brady.
I'm
right?
so against. I'm like, I loved it when he was here, but I hate it when he's not.
Gotta respect the guy though.
Yep.
I can't believe
unbelievable.
I can't believe he was going to go to Miami.
Crazy.
That you heard that, right?
Yep.
Before that whole thing with the coach saying they were throwing games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we do have an email.
Oh, we do have an email. Let's get to that email, Nick. And here's the song for it. Dun 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 dun.
Okay, it's from our favorite Randy.
Hey, Randy.
Randy. I thought Randy was on vacation. You see his trip he was taking?
No, I'm not a stalker like you, Jack.
Well, it pops up on my feed. What am I gonna do?
All right. Did you hear about the guy who invented the knock knock joke?
No.
He won the Nobel Prize.
That's a good one. I'll take it.
You guys didn't laugh at the joke I sent you guys today.
What did you say?
There's a little clue, isn't there, Jack?
Huh?
Is it on text message or?
Yeah, it's on the text. Where else would I send it?
The fucking Facebook Messenger.
No, I wouldn't do that.
No, he sent it the text.
It was from that podcast that does the dad jokes.
Oh, I didn't watch it yet.
Jesus Christ. I feel like I'm ignored most of the time on this
What
thing.
did Ken say to his mistress, Keely, when his wife, Lorraine, died?
I've seen this one.
I can see Keely now, Lorraine.
I can see clear. I can see clearly now.
I can see Keely now.
Keely now because Lorraine is gone.
Yeah. Very good. Very, very good.
That was funny. Anyway, on that note, do we have anything else? Anything else you want to talk about, Nick?
No, I think you can wait.
Well, no. If you have something to talk about it now.
No, just more Comic-Con and TV stuff.
Well, I think it's better to talk about Comic-Con now than waiting until next week. As the producer, I think
Okay. Anyway, it was an easy, good year. Chris, you would have liked it. Easy to get in panels. Easy to find. No crowds.
Are you going next year, Chris?
No.
No?
I think my Comic-Con shit days have sailed into the sunset, to be honest with you.
I don't think I'm going to go next year either.
Yeah.
I might buy like a Sunday badge just to keep my hat in the ring to get them in the future. But I've said I've been going for so long now, And I'd like to kind of go up to Montana and Alberta and Idaho and kind of explore and go camping that week instead of going to Comic-Con.
Yeah, I think for me, like with no fucking problem, John. Anytime, bud. It's I take a lot of time off for my a family vacation week, and then
always got family,
and then the other weekend trips my wife and I take for concerts and stuff kind of take up the calendar, so I can't really do much more than that. Plus, having an entire week off in July and then taking more time off later in July is kind of like a
I mean, haven't you been
a political misstep?
Haven't you been basically working 3 weeks on, 1 week off most of this year?
No,
I thought they were making you use like a lot of your vacation time.
That's just the podcast.
Oh,
Jesus.
Oh, I wouldn't go if it wasn't in San Diego.
Yeah,
I mean, but Cindy and I decided. We say this every year, or it's been 3 years. We have to, because we didn't get until 11:30. We left it early, so basically weren't there till late Tuesday night, 11:30 their time, and then we left early Tuesday morning. So it's like 5 days we're there. You're trying to see this person, that person, this person, that person. By the time you get to I go, okay, I need a vacation from my vacation. I mean, I'm exhausted because it's like boom, 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 boom. And like I said, I only went to Comic-Con once. I walked around. I helped film Jay his Geek Dad Life video a little bit, and then I walked around, and then I said, okay, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm out of here. But that's all we got.
I didn't get to talk about Disney.
We'll talk about Disney.
Yeah. Well, just so Chris, Jana got to San Diego early, and she knew I was already going to be there from the week before. She's like, hey, do you want to go to Disneyland? I was like, sure. I haven't been since 88. Let's go. And so me and her and Cliff went, and then another friend who lives in Orange County who wanted to go. So I was like, yeah. So
was that one of your dates?
That was not one of my dates. That was an old cozy.
No? Guys look a little cozy. Okay, go ahead.
Well, we've known each other for a long time.
I'm just saying.
But that was the one that Chris, that you sent and said, talk to me, Goose. That was that one.
Yep.
Yeah. But that was really fun because me and Jana really wanted to do all the Star Wars stuff, and that's really the amount of money that went into the production to make that area look like Star Wars is just, I can't imagine the millions of dollars that went into that. But we got there like as soon as the park opened. We did the Falcon ride, which is pretty fun if you're the pilots. I think everyone else probably sitting behind you probably thinks it blows, but because you're just pushing a button the whole time. But when you're actually steering the Falcon, it's like that's pretty cool.
Nice.
And then we get to do all the classic.
You know it's not real.
Says you, Jack. We rode Pirates of the Caribbean, which broke down on us, and we got stuck there inside the ride for 40 minutes and had to be escorted out by security.
No shit.
Yeah, that was fun.
Hold on, like for a second though, like of all rides to get stuck on, that's the fucking one, dude.
Yeah.
Like I would love to walk through that thing. That would be so much.
Well,
so cool.
It was weird.
It was at the end.
It was at the very end before you start to go up the ramp. And what was funny is that for solid 30 minutes, it was just black, the same thing over and over again, just the animatronics just with the whole time going yo ho yo.
That's awesome.
Pirates, no, it's never. Then when the music, they killed the music, which got a whole thunderous applause from everybody, and then another 5 minutes, all the lights came on.
Oh my god, this is like the fucking punchline of the story. I can't hear it.
It happens every fucking time.
It's at the end of the right time. So the lights come on. What happened?
Oh, I was saying it was interesting to see Pirates on with all the lights on because it ruins the magic of the place.
Oh, so you found out they're not real.
You got to see like the actual weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's the second time it's happened to you, right? On the Pirates.
Yes. So that's what I was telling my friend on the ride is that when we were getting towards the end, I said, I came here in '88. I was 7. I was like, my only memory of Pirates is that it broke down here before we got to the ramp, and then we had to be escorted out. My sister was freaking out because she thought the pirates were going to come alive and get us, And then the same shit happens again. So
your mom was telling her that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, probably. But I have never finished the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. It's broken down the 2 times I've ridden it at the exact same spot.
Dude, cool though.
The week Space Mountain opened, I was there the week it opened. It broke the second time we were on it, and they turned on all the lights, and you could see. I wasn't on the ride, but we were in line. You could see it's just a roller coaster, all the different stuff that you can't see when you're on it. That's when we would get, because the line was like, it was all the way to Main Street, and then we were like 14. We said, hey, we're just going up to our parents. Can we get through with our parents? Oh, sure, cut through.
Yeah,
we didn't have any parents up there. We had the original Fast Pass.
Oh, no. The thing is that we had purchased one Fast Pass.
Should get Jack the preview,
and then we purchased them, and then but because that broke down on us, and all the times that we got booted out of line because either the ride had broken down on us, another ride, or something, we ended up having like a plethora of Fast Passes, and so we just ended up using them forever because we did it on Space Mountain, the Matterhorn. We did everything, and then finally at the end of the day, because it was broke down the majority of the day, the Rise of the Resistance, we finally get to do it at the very end of the day, and that ride is awesome. Even though I don't like the sequel trilogy, the coolness, and I wouldn't give any of it away to anybody. I never had watched a video of it, but everything that happens, you're like, this is really cool, like the stuff that they do in it. And then, of course, I built my own lightsaber, which, of course, I did, which is also a really unique experience. And, it's like all of Disney. All the cast people that work has to stay in character. So Jana had walked up to someone just at one of the vendings, sellers selling stuff, and was like, where do we find the lightsaber build? And he just kind of looks at us like, that's a forbidden activity, miss. And, like in this age of the First Order, we're not allowed to talk about these things, but if you were looking, and like, so they try to keep it to where it's like, this is a Jedi or being hunted, and then you have to find it, and it's like in this drop down area, and then they take you in there and you choose, do you want to go with like a dark saber kind of thing, or do you want to go with a Jedi, or do you want to go with like a Wookiee kind of lightsaber? And it's all just the pieces that you can easily put together, but it's really fun. And then when you light it up, and of course you can switch in and out the crystals with different ones, which is really, really cool.
How many people at Disneyland, when they ask that, go, just fucking tell me?
You're right. That would be you, Jack. Yeah, it's hot. I'm going to build my fucking lightsaber and go.
Enough of your fucking games. Not that I would say that.
But it was perfect. It was the perfect day to go to Disneyland because we had the marine haze pretty much all the way to 1 o'clock, and then
it's like June. It's because they call it June gloom, and
June gloom,
June. But it's like, okay, it's July, and we're getting June gloom.
Yeah, and so the sun was really on us for about 2 hours of the day, and then the rest. So I never even had to put suntan block on or anything. I was like, this is great. The Wookiee lightsaber is all hairy. That's not the lightsaber you're looking for.
That's not a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got a red blade.
So, quick question. So, you keep the lightsabers that you build there, right?
Yes. So, you pay $230.
Because fuck me. What?
But when you think about it, you're really just buying.
Well, the Wookiees are happy.
If you go into the actual shop to buy lightsabers, they're all roughly $170 to $200. So really, you're just.
So it's a bargain.
$30 just the time and the actors that are there guiding you through it.
Fuck's sake, man! They make so much money.
But
that's ridiculous.
But it's pretty. I mean, it's heavy too compared to like the other ones that I've like the ones that you can just buy. It's extra. It got some weight to it, and you really can take it all apart, put the different crystals, and it's like really. I'm glad that I did it. Really, I mean, it's a lot of money, but it's pretty cool. You could also build droids too, but they're way more. I'm just
thinking of like the inevitable trip I want to someday take with my kids. It's going to cost me fucking $600 to make lightsabers.
Oh,
that's
easily
ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, your kids are. Yeah, you got to. Well, it's gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of money.
It's gonna suck.
So great,
really bad.
Let's just say I blew my entire Comic-Con budget the one day I was at Disneyland.
I thought you were gonna say you blew your Wookiee.
I blew the Wookiee, the Wookiee saber. because I bought 2 lightsabers, and then
you, buddy.
You bought 2.
I bought the one that I built, and then I bought the Mandalorian Darksaber. You know,
that one's sick, dude.
Yeah, that's the one. I was like, yeah, give me that. And the thing is, then my nephew realizes where I'm at, and he starts texting me like, "Oh, like did you see the holocrons?" And I'm like, "What holocrons?" He's like, "Yeah, you can buy Jedi and Sith holocrons." And I'm like, "Really?" So then I find these things, and then it's just like they're all full of hidden messages. It's like, oh my god!
I got to buy a hologram, and I spent another $700 on that.
Such a fucking hater.
It was fabulous. I spent like $17,000 on this Star Wars stuff. It's great. Okay, go ahead.
All right, Jack. You know what? When they build the Mash Land, they'll put you on the gurney on the side of the helicopter, and your arm can hang off. And I'll be look, there's my friend Jack.
I would do that. I would pay $200 and something to do that. Okay, all right. So we're even.
See?
All right.
Yeah. But what's neat about it, Chris, like as a Star Wars guy,
is this fucking childproof?
Is that when you get the holocrons, which I didn't know, like when you get the holocron, you turn them on, and then if you get all these crystals, you can put the crystals inside the holocron, and you get different messages from different Jedi.
How do you turn it on?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Come on, baby.
Come on. You gotta tweak the.
Billy.
You gotta tweak them.
Go, Billy. Is it turned on yet?
Yes. Uh-huh. That's it. I'm done.
He's such a dick.
Sydney always goes, don't you have enough bad karma? Don't you have enough bad things going your way?
Kiss my hot lips, Jack.
That's awesome. No, I really look forward to eventually when I can get down there and do that in Disney World. Or Disneyland if fucking God's Waiting Room down there down south doesn't turn things around.
Well, I mean, Jack was right. I think it was Jack that said that like years back. The benefits of Disneyland is that you can knock everything out in one day, whereas in Disney World you're going to spend at least 3 days there.
Yeah. You have to because they have 3. They have 4 different parts. I don't count Animal Kingdom. That one sucks.
Yeah, but it's and that's why I was glad because we did everything that you would want to do at Disneyland, aside from like Haunted Mansion and
you didn't do the Haunted Mansion?
I've done it so many times when I was a kid. I was like, I'm good.
Now, see, that would be my worst nightmare. I think getting stuck in It's a Small World.
Yeah, exactly. I'd kill somebody.
And my daughter pointed out the last time we were there, we were at Disney World, some of the stuff on It's a Small World is kind of racist. The characters. It's like, how are they still able to do that in today's world? Anyway, I could be wrong, but I was like going, I can't believe no one has said anything about, because she pointed out, I go, you're right. How is no one pointing this out that that's probably not PC anymore?
You know, what blows my mind about that, and the Wookiee's mind.
I really can't get this thing open. I can't figure it out.
What is it?
It's some kind of pot thing. I don't know. It's peach gummies, and I'm like trying to figure it out, and I can't figure out how to get this stupid thing open. But go ahead.
It's because you ate gummies before you. No.
I did. I haven't. I'm just having a good time.
Is that of all those little puppets all over the place, you would think with all the perverted shit that's in Disney products and parks, that they would put at least 1-2 puppets just doing it somewhere in the background. So then every adult who's looked into Disneyland, would be like, okay, it's coming around the bend. It's going to be on the left side.
The fuck dolls are over here. The fuck dolls are over here.
Yeah, the 2 dolls fucking over there. Oh my god, they've changed positions since last time.
So instead of hidden Mickeys, you find hidden dildos, right?
Yeah. Hidden dickies. Hey,
like
yo ho, yo ho.
Looking at the
well, you're on a. Come on, let's face it. You're on a pirate ship for how long?
Right.
Yes.
Well, like Jana pointed out, which I had never seen before, like if you're looking at the Walt Disney statue, which he stands next to Mickey, if you're looking at it at the right thing, Mickey's nose is his penis sticking out, and you're like, "Oh my god!"
I have several photos of the Walt Disney Mickey penis.
Wait, is that? Hang on.
That's a thing. You've never heard of that? Oh, that's right.
I hadn't heard of it either.
You're too busy eating Chili's guacamole. Okay, let me see. Squeeze. It's a thing.
That's really funny.
Oh, I got it open. Here they are.
There you go.
Hey, there you go.
Jesus. Just if you read the directions on top. Anyway, is there anything else you got? I did. You're saying about wasting all that money on the lightsabers. We're at the San Diego airport. I go, oh, they're selling See's candy over here. And if you've ever been in California, See's candy is like the best chocolate in the world. So I go up there and we get a deck of playing cards for Zach to play Goldfish. And they go, that'll be $42. I go, I knew the cards were like $6.99. I go, how much was the fucking candy? Because they don't have a price on it. It's like $35 for a box of chocolate. So I think you got the better deal, Nick.
I mean, by gross weight, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it was just like, I go, okay. I mean, what am I supposed to say at that point?
Yeah, and I kept telling Jana, because as soon as I got back, I shipped all of my stuff. Because I was like, look, this is a few days before Comic-Con, because as soon as Comic-Con gets here, the lines to ship are going to be long, and they're going to jack up the prices. And she wasn't going to listen. She's like, oh, I'll wait till I get all my stuff, then I'll ship it all at one time. And, mine was half of what it ended up costing her. Because, look, they're going to have to find that long-ass box for that lightsaber, and they're going to charge you out the ass to ship that thing.
Yeah, because I used to own a mailbox, etc. And I don't know if you went to UPS store. Literally, they tell you during Christmas time, raise the prices 15 to 20%.
Right.
So you're during Christmas, because some people go, I just sent this last one, some package last week. I go, I don't know, UPS, but you raise your prices. So yeah, during Comic-Con, they probably jack up the prices. You're right.
Oh yeah.
But that's it. We're going to be back next week, right? You have anything else? Anyone have anything else to say?
Negative.
MASH land will open up in 2024. That's what I remember.
I would like to have this. Well, then maybe we get Matt back because he likes gin.
I like gin.
Get the still back, and we'll make some nice martinis for you and Matt.
I mean, technically, Disney does own MASH now, so.
Do they own MASH?
Yeah.
Really?
Is it on Disney Plus?
No.
That'd be cool.
All right.
Jack would never leave the house.
I would never leave the house. You're right. You are correct, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway, at this time, this show could not be possible without the patrons. Without the patrons, we wouldn't even do this fucking show.
Yeah.
We'd say no. How do you think Nick paid for all those lightsabers?
Wasn't through this podcast.
That's thanks for playing along, Nick. Anyway, so but at this time, we're going to thank 5 patrons: Tack from Paris, Eckhart Richter, Glaffelder, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with the Plan, and Ed the Creepy Letter Carrier. Thanks for all you do, and thanks for everyone who listens to us. Also, if you want to know when we're going to record, because people ask, when you're recording, go on, just subscribe to our YouTube. We hit the hundo mark. We're at 100 subscribers now.
Nice.
All right.
Instagram as well.
Yeah, I guess we got. I haven't put. I don't know. I don't know.
Just check out the YouTube.
I don't know. I don't know the password. I have to ask Matt.
Jack knows the password.
Anyway, but we have it. But if you click on our YouTube thing and hit the bell, it will notify you when the next show is going to be up, and you can join us live, or you can watch it later on, or you can listen to it on the whole enchilada feed, whatever that's called. And then, but if you subscribe, we want everyone to go that's listening right now, go out and subscribe to the Ramblecast. All right. That's all I got. Anything else? Did anybody want to say anything else?
You know what, man? This show was 1 in a million.
Great show, kids. Bye, everybody. And God bless.
See ya.